So my background is mainly fine dining for the past 10 years. Somewhere along the way, about 3 years ago, I really wanted to kind of make a switch. And then I kind of looked at my own culture and thought that maybe I should put that same attention and aggressive kind of creativity into my own culture. I grew up in Chicago. Both of my parents are from Mexico. And I grew up in a very Mexican neighborhood, predominantly Mexican immigrants, first generation Mexican Americans. And there's taco shops everywhere. If you're Mexican, you have tacos all the time. It's not necessarily a street food, but it's like having bread at home. So you have tortillas and anything you have around, you have a taco. So when I was gonna open Hija de Sanchez, I kind of wanted to add something to the food scene. And I thought something like tacos, I loved it growing up and I loved having this kind of food, and nobody that I can see around here is putting that much effort into it. And I mean around here, I mean Europe. So I wanted to really kind of be the guy that does that. Well, I think in any sort of taco you have, or anything that's really simple, you have to kind of use the best ingredients. And for me, what I've noticed in Europe is that you cannot find good tortilla, like nowhere. It's all shitty, or it's hard, or it's flour. So we make our own masa. We import all the corn and chiles from Mexico. And the idea is to make, the best taco that you're able to find in Europe. So the fish taco, we do pieces of cod that we slightly salt, dip it in a batter of vodka and cornmeal, like a maseca. We fry it and serve it with this sort of like guacamole sauce, basically blended guacamole, crema. And finally, we finish it with fresh cabbage that we slightly pickle with some lime juice, so it's very bright and acidic and crunchy. So together it just tastes very fresh. You really taste the fish coming through the cabbage, cutting through a little bit of the spiciness. So another favorite dish that we have on the menu is we do these crispy flautas. So it's basically a corn tortilla that we fill with cheese, onion, coriander, generous amount of salt, roll it up and fry it. We serve it with more or less like a salad of lettuce, iceberg lettuce, and a generous drizzle of chile oil. So it's this kind of crunchy, gooey salad mouthful. It's very delicious. So now we're going to go into the paletas. So paletas are basically an ice pop on a stick. So we have different flavors. In Mexico, they're anything from very water-based things, or they're dairy. So we do, for example, avocado, creamy avocado with cajeta, which is like sweetened condensed milk. Coconut, like a very fresh coconut with bitter cocoa nibs on the bottom. Lemon and pistachio, it's like a lemon curd, very creamy, nice and dense. And finally, we have one that's tepache, which is based on a fermented pineapple drink. They're really a fun thing to have in the summer, and especially with my background, it's really fun to kind of introduce that to the city.